welcome back to Digging into the Bible. We're picking up where we left off in the story of Noah, looking at Genesis chapter 7. The Lord said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground." And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. So they got 7 days. It's time to get in the ark, time to gather all the pairs, and interestingly, the 7 pairs for the clean animals and some of the birds. You got 7 days to get ready, and then it's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Look, I've grown up in California, and I have no idea what 40 days of rain looks like. Maybe if you lived in Seattle, you might say, well, I've had more than that. But this is going to be a colossal amount of rain. Noah has done all that the Lord has commanded. That's been said twice now, the end of chapter 6, and now here Noah's following instructions. The righteous man Noah is doing what God has asked. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came upon the earth. Now, remember last time we talked a little bit about Noah, and we talked about the length of years that God was going to shorten. So this is pre-flood. Noah has lived 600 years. God has not yet slowed or shortened the amount of time that people live. That's coming. That's still to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood, of clean animals and of animals that are not clean, and of birds and of everything that creeps on the ground, 2 and 2, male and female, into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened. Really specific. Here's the day within the life of Noah. That's an interesting time frame. Not a date, but a date specific to Noah. Here's when it happens. And just the description, all the fountains of the great deep burst, and the windows of heaven open forth. This is an outpouring, a massive outpouring of water. And the rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them entered the ark, they and every beast according to its kind, all the livestock according to their kinds, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged creature. They went into the ark with Noah, 2 and 2, all the flesh in which there was the breath of life. And those that entered, male and female of all flesh, went in as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. So as the rain comes, they're closed into the ark. The waiting game is over. Now they know. God has sealed them in, and it's time to go. The flood continued 40 days on the earth. The waters increased and bore on the ark, and it rose high above the earth. And the waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated in the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed so mightily on the earth that all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed above the mountains, covering them 15 cubits deep. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, birds, livestock, beasts, all swarming creatures that swarm on the earth, and all mankind. Everything on the dry land in whose nostrils was the breath of life died. He blotted out every living thing that was on the face of the earth, man and animal and creeping things and birds of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. God's judgment has come. It rains, in fact, pours for 40 days. Sometimes we want to say, scholars sometimes even would want to say, well, it was maybe a limited flood. Maybe it was just a certain region. This description of its covering over the tops of mountains leads me to think this was no regional event. Based on this description, this is so massive. This is so widespread. The description is so specific. This was global. This was God wiping all living creatures out. It's time to start over again. But starting over again with Noah and his family and those creatures that God had said were to go into the ark, to be preserved, to be saved from God's wrath. God has provided a way. This is one of the things that we want to teach our kids, that in the midst of God's righteous judgment, there is always still hope. There is always the ability for us to seek forgiveness, and God will continue to offer forgiveness. He saw the righteousness of Noah, not the perfection, but the righteousness of Noah, and he preserved him and his family. And we will pick up next time and see what happens as the floodwaters subside. God bless.